White House is retraining its focus on major oil companies, saying they're gouging consumers and profiting from it. But White House allies in Congress want more concrete action to retaliate against Saudi Arabia and force officials they see as pro-Saudi to defend their actions. Earlier today, I spoke with Progressive Congressman Ro Khanna, who's been a vocal critic of the OPEC decision and the administration's response. He said he wants Brett McGurk, head of Middle East policy, to testify in Congress on why McGurk pushed for President Biden to visit the kingdom, which Khanna says cabinet members objected to. He also wants the administration to ban the export of gasoline, telling me it's not just something they should study and consider. They need to be demanding the Saudis reverse the decision. Sources tell me the Biden administration has for months been weighing a ban on export of refined products, something officials broached yet again with energy executives just 1 week ago in a meeting. Companies have argued the disruption would cause further increases to prices, but I'm told a ban remains under consideration. On Capitol Hill, two specific bills could gain new traction with bipartisan support. One is called NOPEC. It would remove antitrust immunity from foreign nations that take part in OPEC. That passed Senate committee 17-4 with both parties' support. Another bill released by 3 Democrats yesterday would remove 5,000 troops from Saudi Arabia and the UAE and remove defense systems too in the wake of the decision. That being said, both chambers of Congress are out of session right now ahead of the midterms, so nothing is likely on that front between now and when they return. We'll see what the White House can do next. Tyler?
The Jones Act is central to much of this. What is the Jones Act, and is there any talk of repealing it as a way to increase domestic oil flows?
Well, it's come up in discussions, Tyler. The Jones Act places restrictions on which ships can actually dock at certain locations around the country that have energy products on board. It came up in a meeting this summer with the energy industry asking the administration to repeal it. But in what I'm told was a very tense discussion, the administration asked companies, exactly how much would that take off the retail price of gasoline? And the estimate in that meeting was just 8 cents a gallon. And when pressed, energy executives did not confirm that they would in fact be diverting ships from, say, Latin or South America to New York harbor. So without those commitments and those promises from the industry, the administration this summer ruled out waiving the Jones Act. Tyler.
Kayla, thanks very much. Have a great weekend. Kayla Tausche on a beautiful North Lawn in D.C.